The Joe Rogan Experience.
What's going on with Iran caught a bunch of people that they are claiming are CIA informants and they may execute them?
Yeah, they've done this before. They've made this claim before. And look, Iran is a couple of parts of this. That's one of the heaviest lifts in the business has been intel collection on Iran over the years. I'm not talking about just recently, but over the years it's been very difficult. They are extremely buttoned up over there, and they have an incredible level of control over their population. Which is, at some point you would think, well, maybe the population is going to object to this, but, it hasn't happened yet. So part of it is they came out with this, I think 17 individuals that they claim were cooperating with the CIA in some fashion or another. And they claimed that they were fairly high-level individuals. I don't believe anything that comes out of their mouths. I don't believe them at all. I think they've got a long track record of lying about a variety of things. And so, why would they come out with this? Perhaps they're cracking down, and it doesn't hurt to come out. And if you're going after some of these individuals anyway, why not put the paintbrush on them that they're working for the CIA? Right? And that will appease some of the population there. So I don't know. I'm not buying it. It has been a difficult intel task, and collecting intelligence on their efforts with their ballistic missiles, their nuke program as well, has always been problematic. But again, they've done this before, where they've talked about how we've wrapped up a CIA spying network, and it's kind of horseshit.
It's just their propaganda.
That would be my take on it. I don't know I'm not right. Internal. I'm not inside, and so. Is it possible? Sure. We've had networks wrapped up before by other countries. Cuba, the Cuban intel service years ago, right, which was completely built by the Russians, by the way, by the old KGB. They owned and operated the Cuban intel service for a long time, still do. They at one point wrapped up pretty much everybody we had on island, right? And
so
elsewhere.
How many people did we have over there?
3. No, we had. I don't remember the numbers, but it was a few. Yeah, let's just say it was not good, and they had done a very good. It was from a counterintelligence perspective, it was a pretty impressive effort. So it's happened. Russia's done the same when with Russia when we've got a traitor or a mole, somebody like Robert Hansen, Jim Nicholson,
I've never seen
Ed
that
Lee
show,
Howard,
The Americans.
Oh, yeah.
From what I understand, it's a good show. And it was a show based on the idea that at one point in time there was a Russian family that had come over here and infiltrated and became American citizens and seemed like, Joe and Mary next door.
Right.
But really they were Russian spies.
I had an aunt and uncle named Joe and Mary. It's
Oh,
weird
really?
that you would say that. I literally had an aunt and uncle named Joe and Mary.
Maybe
Lovely
I've done
couple.
some intel on you, buddy.
Look
Look
at that. It's time to go. There was a story. The reason the Americans was created, was written, as do a lot of things do, based on some smart writer who sees an opportunity because he reads a newspaper article. Right. Years back, 2011, I think it was, we had a sleeper cell that we wrapped up in Jersey. Remember,
that's where this takes place.
Right, and there was that one, the hot one. Remember?
That's right. Yeah, the hot broad that was hot, banging everybody, and
the
getting
hot Russian broad, and so
bring them over.
And then you look at it, and you think, not that hot.
She's not that hot.
Well, I mean, we could. I think she's. I'm forgetting what her name was.
If you're a fat dude
Anna
that's watering your lawn, and
she walks over
next door, and she's got high heels on.
Yeah,
let me see what she looks like.
Wearing nothing, but that's her.
Oh,
yeah,
she's hot,
is.
bro. You don't think she's hot?
Not so much. There's something about her look. I don't know. There's something about her nose. The configuration of her nose. Yeah. No.
She's hot, man. You don't think that lady looks hot?
Not there. No, that's not a good picture.
That's not a good picture.
Yeah.
But the mugshot one up there,
mugshot
and she's not even wearing any makeup.
No, that's true. That's
on,
a good
man.
point.
You doll her up.
Yeah, put a little
tart her up.
East European blue eyeliner on her. She'd be.
If that chick catches you with a couple of Jack Daniels in you, you got trouble.
I like how she walks across when you're mowing the lawn. You're right. I mean, so she and a bunch of other people lived in Jersey in the suburbs, and their whole reason for being was just to spot people, right? It wasn't. They were not these were not the heads of the organization, right? So their job is spot people, live there, be social, meet people that might be of interest. Maybe it turns out that somebody in the PTA where your kids go to school, maybe somebody's working for Raytheon or they're working for some interesting company.
So that's what they do?
So that's their job. Their job was basically to spot. And then you've got other people in that chain of events who are a little bit higher up the food chain who then assess, right? And we'll look at that person and go, yeah, there's something there. This person works for whatever company, and that'd be interesting. It could be. It doesn't matter what the company is, by the way. It could be Qualcomm. Could be, think of one that because the application could be Corning. Could be anything. I mean, there's all sorts of companies out there that have applications that may be of interest from an Intel perspective for a hostile state. So then they do a little assessment, and maybe they come away and go, yeah, that person's interesting job. Let's develop a little relationship there. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe one of those individuals will work on that relationship, or maybe somebody else will come in, within this this group, and they'll develop a relationship, and then maybe they'll task the person. So maybe say the guy works at a tech company, and you're going to think, okay, I want to see if this person has any weaknesses. How can I leverage anything here? And so what you'll say is, my kid, is doing this school paper, and it's on, something, and I can't, they're just not getting in it, or they're not doing the research or whatever. Hey, do you have anything, and you're not asking for anything classified. You're just saying, look, you work in a tech company, don't you have something that would be of interest? My kid's got to write this stupid paper, and you're not looking for anything of Intel value. You're looking to see whether they'll accommodate you, right? Mm-hmm. Will they actually come back and go, yeah, well, you know what, we got this, and it's kind of interesting, and it's this research paper that's been out in the press for a long time, but yeah, it's interesting. Hey, hands it over. Well, now maybe you got something, right? Now you got something that you can see that they responded to a little task. And then you set the hook a little bit, and then you just keep on working on that.
So in the meantime, they're calling back to the KGB and saying, "We have a guy who works at Raytheon.
Right.
He knows information."
And they say it just like that, with that very accent.
And they keep jobs and everything, so they work. They go to work every
Maybe
day.
they go to work. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're a spouse. A stay-at-home spouse. Well, what do? They hang out with other stay-at-home spouses and create friendships because of kids. And the next thing you know, you're all having dinners with each other. And
you like that Russian broad. She's banging everybody, right?
Well, no, you wouldn't do that. That would be a very disruptive thing to do in that community, right?
Isn't that the premise of The Americans? I haven't seen the show, but I think the hot one bangs people.
I watched about half an hour of the first episode, and then
Did you get angry?
No, I just sit there and I'm a very hard person to watch shows like that with, and so my wife was like, I just can't. No, you can't. You can't sit here
because it's like Intel.
I'm going like,
nonsense.
But it was good. From what I understand, it was a good show.
With a show where people play pool.
No,
people can't really play pool. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,